Hello everyone. So the book I'm going to be discussing today is UFO Encounters, Sightings, Visitations, and Investigations. And I'm part of a paranormal meetup group that meets once a month at the the Ypsilanti District Library on Michigan Avenue. And I am not a ufologist, but ufologist, that's somebody who studies UFOs. Many people are in that group. And to better understand them, I thought I would, bone up on the literature concerning unidentified flying objects. This ufologists are sort of having a cultural moment right now. You've got the UAP, that's the unexplained aerial phenomenon, that's happening, and you also have the weather balloon stuff that happened, or the Chinese spy balloons, or whatever you really want to believe. And so people who have been persecuted for their beliefs maybe, or certainly maybe were put down, are actually, going through this moment where people for the first time ever are coming up to them and saying, I want to know more about this topic. I checked this out of the faculty atrium at Halley Library, which you can actually join even if you're not a student. Halley Library is the Eastern Michigan University main library. And at first, it's in the faculty atrium because it was edited by an EMU professor. And at first I thought this was going to be a kid's book, and I was actually very happy that I'm wrong about that. It just had that oversizedness, and it had a lot of pictures and things like that. But this is a breakdown. It's obviously geared towards, true believers, and I'm a skeptic. But if you're a skeptic, you can read and you can enjoy this as well. So several things in here. This basically is a history, if you will, of, UFOs, both actual phenomenon and when people started indexing the phenomenon and coming up with a field of study into these paranormal happenings. And so in that case, it's actually very informative. As a fun asides, this book talks about Jacques Vallée, I hope I pronounced that right, and the book Passport to Magonia, which is interesting because a person in the paranormal group, Luke, he actually has read that and he's brought it to a couple of meetings. Another interesting thing about this is the book actually contains copies of documents that are part of UFO lore. And yes, you can read these documents. I know you probably can't read them here because you're looking at, through the image of my camera phone, which is a couple feet above these pages. Here's the famous Majestic, I forget the actual number, Majestic 12, I think it is, which a lot of people think is a hoax. But it's a fascinating piece of the lore all the same. As I said, you can actually read this. It's not necessarily easy, but you can do it. You might need a magnifying glass, though, depending on your vision. Overall, an informative and fun read.